Welcome back to Playable Guitar. We're going to talk about the order and the pattern of flat key signatures quickly. The way this works is we take the letters in fourths. F to B is a fourth, B to E is a fourth, A to A is a fourth, A to D, and D to G, G to C. Intervals of a fourth. Now the same thing happens when we introduce flats into the keys. So the order of flats appear in orders of fourths. So B to E, A to D, G to G, G to C, and C to F finally. So that's the important pattern here. And you can see what's important here is that you look at this two rows and it's just offset by one letter. Really the key to this is learning bead, G, C, F as a mnemonic to remember fourths, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But just notice how it's just the same thing but offset by one letter. So an interval is just a distance between notes, between letters if you like. The easy one is the alphabet, A, B, C, D. We can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. So the key of F we discovered had one flat, it's B flat. The key of B flat has two, that's B flat and E flat. The key of E flat has three flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. The key of A flat has four flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. And the key of D flat's next with five flats, so that's going to be the word bead. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. G flat comes after that, and you got six flats, so it's going to be bead and G plus the C flat. The last one finally is the key itself of C flat with seven flats, everything flat. So you're going to have B, G, C, F. So the F is in there as a flat. And that's what's happening. You might look closely in this and see embedded that word bead and then the phrase G, C, F. That's a good mnemonic, like I said. G, C, F is still in fourths. Bead is a word with vowels that we recognize. We can easily remember it and spell it, and you can just get used to it in this pattern. So it helps you to absorb some of the pattern quickly. So that's what you're after really, is looking at these two rows of letters and lining them up in such a way that you can see them in your mind's eye. Now use the next part of this video to try to practice thinking in fourths. Just recite the order: B flat, E, A, D, then a G, and then a C, and then an F. And use this place, rewind it, and do it quickly. Go around it. Follow this. Great. So the key of F is the first flat key signature. It's got one flat in it. So the key of F major, F natural that is, has a B flat. The other important thing here is that the key of F is the only one that's got a natural root. The rest of the flat keys, the rest of the flat key signatures, or the tonal center, the tonic, the root, the first note, whatever you want to call it, is going to be a flat note. And that's important to get used to. The other important and last important thing here is that it's a good trick to realize that in this order of flats that we're talking about, the second to last flat, the penultimate one, is always the key. So if you look at number 4 there, the A flat in that little matrix, you'll see that the four flats in A flat are B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. So if you see something with four flats in it, and it's that word bead, the second to last flat is A flat. That tells you, okay, this is the key of A flat. So that's an important little note. So try and absorb some of these things. Go back to the website if you need to, and we'll keep on adding on to it. If you're just looking at this video without looking at anything else, it might not make so much sense, because this is part of a series and steps through understanding key signature from sharps to flats. Best of luck, and I hope some of this helped and made some sense. Happy playing.